Well, good morning, my friend. Welcome to the Pastor's Podcast. It is Friday morning, October the 17th, and we are over halfway through the month. And this Sunday, looking forward to a great day here at the Maranatha Baptist Church. Best Friend Sunday. And looking forward to God doing something great. Hey, if you're in the area, the Oklahoma City area, I'd encourage you, come on and join us this Sunday. It's going to be a great day as we get to enjoy our friends and then go to church. Hey, what better thing can a person do than to bring a friend to church? Think about that. If you can bring your friend to church and have their life changed like yours has been changed, what better friend could you be than to bring a friend to church? I encourage you to do that. Let's see what God can do on this coming Sunday as our third week of our campaign, Maranatha Baptist Church. Let's be faithful in that. And then wherever you are around the world, may I just encourage you to be sure, bring a friend to church. Hey, that's how churches grow. You realize Andrew brought a friend that was his brother, and his brother got saved. I hope that your siblings are your friends. And others brought someone to Jesus. And that is the answer. That's the secret. The secret is somebody brings someone. Somebody brings someone. You got that? And if somebody brings someone, then everybody will have someone to sit beside in church. You can become friendly. If you're looking for a friend, go find one. Say, hey, come to church with me. Make them your friend in church. And I would encourage everybody to get involved in something like this, as this is critical to the cause of Christ and critical to your Christian life. You grow better when you're bringing people in, and I would encourage you to do that as we try to get the cause of Christ around the world. That's the answer for this whole world. We know we keep on looking at politics. We keep on looking at socials and watering down Christianity to look more like the world. That will never change the world. What will change the world is us standing for what we ought to stand and inviting people with a good spirit and getting them into church. Let the word of God do the change in the lives. And I promise you, if we can all do this, it will certainly change lives. I want to talk to you today about what strong leadership means. In Haggai chapter 2, verse 4, it says, "Yet now be strong, O Zerubbabel, saith the Lord, and be strong, O Joshua, the son of Josadak, the high priest, and be strong, all ye people of the land, saith the Lord, and work, for I am with you, saith the Lord of hosts." Now, God tells, this is very interesting. 3 times in this verse, God says, be strong. He says it to Zerubbabel. He says it to Joshua. He says it to and to the people to be strong. Now, the command for a leader or a man of God to be strong is often seen throughout the scriptures. God told Joshua, he said, be strong and of good courage when he began to lead the children of Israel after Moses went to heaven. Many would think that, man, Joshua, he's an older man now. I think he was close to, let me think this through. I think he was about 80 years of age when he took over the leadership of Israel. Can I tell you that Joshua had needed, and listen, he's a man, he's grown up, he's seen a lot of things, yet God still tells him, be strong. Why? Leaders have to be strong. God told Solomon through David, be strong. You see, both of these men, Solomon and Joshua, both had taken over from great men. Solomon took over after David, the greatest king Israel ever saw. And Joshua took over after Moses, maybe the greatest leader this world has ever seen other than Jesus Christ. And so God said, he tells them to be strong. Why? Because God knew that these men could not lead God's people in the manner that God wanted them to lead them if they weren't strong. Now, you'll never be the leader God wants you to be unless you're strong. Likewise, you will never live a life of faith unless you choose to be strong. Being strong is critical to living a successful Christian life and to being the leader that God wants you to be. Now, let me share what being strong means. First of all, being strong means to be tough. It's not easy to lead, but you've got to be tough and take criticism. And I say tough, not tough on people, tough. You've got to have a tough skin, if I can put it that way. And listen to me, you're going to have to take the criticism as well as the praise. We all like praise, but the strong leader has to take the criticisms as well. You got to be tough. Strong leadership must be tough to take the hard times as well as the good times. You cannot have a thin skin and lead. You got to, I hate to put it this way, you got to have some callous skin to life's hardships if you're going to be a strong leader. Can I say, being strong means to be vigorous. Leadership takes energy. Nobody wants to follow someone who has zero energy. Oh, my friend, listen to me. I've been around some preachers. I thought that I was carrying a casket around because they have no energy. Leadership requires you to be strong. You got to exude energy when you have no energy. Somewhere it's got to come from you. You see, you don't have a leader has no right to have a down day. And I know that sounds strong and it sounds, man, preacher, but we're going to have bad days. I understand it. But those you lead they don't need you to have a bad day. You can't afford to have a bad day. You've got to be vigorous. You got to have energy. People follow someone who has energy, and they want to follow someone whose energy never seems to wane. If you used to come to my church, I promise you, ask my people, does Brother Domley ever get down? I really believe they would say no. Now, do I? Yes. Do I let them know? No. You say, why? Because they need someone to come into that pulpit who has energy. And that energy, listen, some people come crawling into church. They've had a hard week. They're just barely making it. They need a preacher. They need a leader who, whether he's had a bad week or not, listen, we don't have a right to have a bad week as a leader. You say, but we have them. I understand, but we don't have that right. We've got to have energy. Those great leaders that I have followed. Brother Hiles, one of the great things about Brother Hiles, he always had energy in the pulpit. We knew there were times he was going through tough times as followers, but you would never know it. You see, strong leaders mean that they're vigorous. They have energy. Can I say this? Being strong means to be forceful. Leadership requires you to be decisive about what you're doing. Timid leadership will get ran over. Forceful leadership does not mean that you run over or abuse people that you lead, but it means you lead with the authority that Christ led with. Okay, Christ led with authority. He spoke with authority. In other words, he was not timid. He did not lead by question. He was forceful. He led by authority. People want to follow someone who believes in what they're doing and knows what they're doing. Strong leadership has to be decisive about what they're doing and where they are going. If you're changing what you're doing all the time, let me tell you something. People at some point are going to say, man, what do I believe in? I've been in a church that was one time that it's like every few months we're changing something that we're doing. You can't change what you're doing. Figure out what you're doing and decide this is what we're going to do. Come hell or high water. If I fail, I'll fail trying to do it. But you can't. But listen, you got to decide. You got to be forceful. Decide what you're going to do. Be decisive in your leadership. I've decided that the old paths work. I don't question it. I don't look for another way to do things. I don't. Even when I go through tough times in ministry, is it tempting? Of course it's tempting. Everybody goes through that. But I've been decisive. I don't undo in doubt some of the decisions I made by faith, and I'm decisive. The old paths is what I'm going to do, and this is how we're going to do it in our church. And now that's a decisive, or you might want to put this way, a forceful leader. Now I know the snowflakes get they get weary of this. Oh, forceful. Oh my, you're gonna run people off. Oh, shut up. Listen to me. Somewhere you got to be listen, leaders are decisive. They don't want somebody who's a snowflake that, I don't want to offend anybody. You're going to offend someone no matter how you are. So you might as well just be decisive, and this is what we're going to do. Can I say this? Being strong means to be zealous. So leadership has to be enthusiastic about what they're doing. If you're not enthusiastic about what you're doing, those you lead won't be enthusiastic about it. I always tell people, I have right here, I have my earpod case right here. You ought to be so. If you were going to say, listen, this is the best earpod case, you got to be enthusiastic and say, hey, this is the best earpod case that you could ever have. Don't get another one. All the other ones might look good, but man, this one opens up. This one has a light right there, like no other case does. And let me tell you something. It's going to last long. It's going to try. You have to be enthusiastic about it. I know this is kind of ridiculous using this to some, but listen, you got to believe. You got to be enthusiastic about it. When you have a big day, be enthusiastic about it. Well, I just don't think anybody's going to come. Okay, Eeyore, stop it. Good night. We got to have some people that are zealous about what they're doing. Hey, this Sunday, my church, Best Friend Sunday, we're giving out a 2-for-1 coupon to the visitors who come to a coffee shop, local coffee shop in there, and a $5 gift card to those who bring a visitor. Now, let me tell you something. It's the best place in all the world. And by the way, this is great coffee where I'm talking about. And you got to understand, you got to be decisive about it. Believe in it. Be zealous about it. If you're not enthusiastic, well, I hope you come to my church. Now, of course, they're not going to come to church. Be zealous. Hey, I believe I've got the best church in the state of Oklahoma. I believe I've got the best church in all the world. I really do. And I feel sorry for everybody else who goes to number 2 or number 3. I go to the best one. You say, oh, preach, you shouldn't say that. Why not? I'm here. You got to be zealous about it. Oh, so be zealous. Leaders have to be zealous. Can I say being strong means to be secure? Leadership must always beware of sin. When I use that word secure, follow me now, sin is easier to commit as a leader because Satan's put a target on your back. So you've got to beware of sin. Secure yourself. Set up some strongholds around you, some walls around you, and make sure that you avoid sin situations and secure yourself with guards that keep you from sin. In our church, if you used to come to my church, somebody just commented on this I think to my wife, that they were impressed how all of our children's Sunday school classes have glass doors. My office has a glass door. They said you could tell Brother Donnelly's trying to avoid any kind of appearance of sin. Now, why? I'm securing myself. Now, do I like a glass door in my office? Absolutely not. But why do you do it? So I'm secure. So understand, as a leader, you've got to secure yourself to keep yourself from sin, so that way you don't mess up. Anybody's capable, but if we put up some guards, we can do a better job of securing ourselves from sin. Can I say this? Being strong means to be firm. Leadership must lead by principle. You cannot let feelings guide you. Feelings will go all over the place. Be a principled leader that you lead by security, that what you do for one, you do for all. What you've done in the past, you're going to do it again today. Being a principled leader will make you a person who chooses to act instead of to react by situations. Too many guys that, well, I just feel. Let me tell you something. You want a feeling, stick your finger in a light socket, you get a feeling. That doesn't make it right. It's not right to do that. And don't do it. But can I say that's what people are doing? You've got to say, okay, I'm not going to lead by feeling. I'm going to lead by principle. I've decided my principles. This is what I'm going to do. And this is how we do it. And once you set those principles, don't ever change them. I also say this, being strong means you must be resilient. Strong leadership is able to get up after being knocked down, and you will get knocked down. But strong leadership knows how to pick themselves back up after failures or hard times. Resiliency helps those you lead to want to follow you, because you see a person that, man, they bounce back up. They've been knocked down, but they got back up. Failure's a stepping stone to a great victory. And that's what, and people love seeing people that can overcome even after failure. Now, you want to be a leader, I'm telling you these things, you're going to be a strong leader. That's what it means. You got to be tough. You gotta have to take the good as well as the bad. You're gonna have to be vigorous, put some energy what you're doing. You're gonna have to be forceful, be decisive in your leadership, be zealous, get enthusiastic about what you're doing, be secure, set up guards around you so Satan can't get at you. Be firm and let principles guide you in your leadership, and be resilient. Bounce back up when you fail, when you fall. And I'm telling you right now, you'll find your leadership can make a great impact on the lives of people. This is I wish everybody would get this. And you get this as a leader, whether you're a parent, whether you're a pastor, whether you're the Sunday school teacher, bus worker, bus director, whatever you lead. If everybody got these principles as a leader, you'll get people that say, I want to follow someone like that. And you'll find that you can be a help to people, and you can build lives if you get these characteristics as a leader. Well, I hope this is a great help to you today. Now let's remember today, be good to everyone. Everyone's having